Here's why. Since the beginning of this Congress, there's only two ways you get expelled. You get convicted of a crime, or you participated in the Civil War. Neither apply to George Santos. And so I rise not to defend George Santos, whoever he is, but to defend the very precedent that my colleagues are willing to shatter.
The path to removing George Santos from office got real messy. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence.
Mr. Santos, any comment?
George Santos didn't have much to say upon being expelled from Congress by a vote of 311 to 114. He joins a very short list of House members to be forced out of office. And the path to expulsion was not pretty.
You, sir, are a crook. I know I should direct my comments to the chair. I yield back.
My colleague wants to come up here, call me a crook. Same colleague who's accused of being a woman beater.
Santos was letting it all out, putting his colleagues' business on the streets. Kind of reminds me of a fellow former congressman named Madison Cawthorn. But if you ask Matt Gaetz, Santos reminds him of someone else.
Let's also talk about this precedent. The fact pattern as to Mr. Santos is remarkably similar to the fact pattern of former Representative Duncan Hunter. Duncan Hunter used campaign money on girlfriends and trips and home improvements and all sorts of personal lavishes. He was indicted for those crimes and continued to serve in Congress. He pled guilty to a number of those crimes and continued to serve in Congress. He was in Congress for like an additional pay period after having pled guilty to the very same things that Mr. Santos has been indicted for.
This situation with Santos brought all sorts of people out of the woodwork, including Representative Clay Higgins of Louisiana, who apparently hadn't spoken on the House floor in some 7 years.
Mr. Speaker, I've spoken for 7 years to this body here, standing here, and very rarely have I had a prepared statement, nor do I today.
Many members of the GOP did not want to lose their slim lead in the House, trying just about everything to save Santos.
The swamp water is very murky. It's deep. You try to navigate those treacherous waters. Every once in a while, you try to find that safe lily pad to land on. You try to find a lily pad to land on. But for George Santos, there doesn't appear to be a safe lily pad.
Santos did not let everyone else speak in his defense on the House floor. He did get his say.
We had members weaponizing the Rules Committee because it didn't do what they wanted. Our borders are wide open. It's no man's land, being run by NGOs. And yet, this Congress has now taken 3 measures and the insurmountable amount of time that goes behind them to expel a member duly elected by the people of the 3rd District of New York.
Representative Robert Garcia, who led the recent charge in pushing out Santos, had a rebuttal.
I wish no personal harm to the representative from New York, and I imagine it's a difficult moment for him and for the institution. But I believe strongly that his actions, and he must be held accountable for them, as well as his lies. He fabricated his qualifications, his background, lied to the FEC, and unemployment fraud. That's why he's under a serious 23-count indictment. The bipartisan report is out. It's damning. It should convince all members to vote for this expulsion.
I'm guessing Garcia is pleased with the outcome of the expulsion vote. Now that Santos is out of a job and facing some 23 counts of federal fraud-related charges, do you think that he'll change his ways or maybe try to abscond to a non-extraditable nation? You let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit those like and follow buttons, and thanks for watching.